Hello guys, my name is Crypto Cube, and today I want us to discuss a more psychological discussion, and the topic will be, can you day trade for a living with just $3,000 capital? So I was in a discussion yesterday, and a question propped up that in this part of the world it's not possible to live on a capital of $3,000, especially in Nigeria or Ghana. But abroad, it's more comfortable to live on a $3,000 capital abroad as a trader, right? Not just as anybody, but as a trader. So I said, of course, if it's possible abroad, it's possible anywhere in the world, especially more possible in Nigeria, because comparing the cost of things in Nigeria and the cost of things abroad, things are way cheaper in Nigeria. Cost of foodstuff, rentage, fuel, many other things. A lot of things are way cheaper in Nigeria compared to countries abroad. That is why I want us to discuss how to day trade or how to trade for a living with just $3,000 as your capital. So the thing is, it's possible to day trade with $3,000, or rather, let me just say trade with $3,000 and live on that without any other source of income. But one thing is, you have to be consistent with your trading. You have to put emotions aside and you have to be focused, really focused. If it's a trade you want to take a day, take the trade and make sure it's a profitable one. If it's 2 trades a day, make sure you take the 2 trades and be profitable at it. Do not let noise, do not let in distractions of any kind. So how can you day trade, or how can you trade with just $3,000? A very small amount at that. So the thing is planning. Looking at the things you do in a month, looking at the things you do in a year, looking at the things you do daily. How much do you spend daily? How much do you earn daily from trading? You have to put all these things into consideration before you can decide that, okay, this amount is how much I need to day trade or to trade comfortably. We do not have to do things that are way beyond us. We do not have to give ourselves unnecessary bills. If we can't do this, we shouldn't do it. We should just be contented and do what we know we can afford. We should not overthink for ourselves. We should not put ourselves under unnecessary pressure. So let's get technical with it though, because it's purely mathematics. It is mathematics that we can use to define if it's possible to day trade or to trade with $3,000 for a living. And remember, some people do live on $100 a day, while some people live on $1,000 a day, and some people live on less than $10 a day. So it depends on your living style, on your lifestyle. That is how you will know if you can trade with that amount or not. So let's say the balance, or rather capital, is $3,000, right? Now the first question is, how much do you spend a day? If you have this amount, how much do you spend in a day? How much do you spend in a month? How much do you spend in a year? But of course, you have this amount as a capital, you put it aside. Then you want to make profit from this amount to be able to live on it daily, then monthly, then yearly. Why also you are growing the account? Because cumulative compounding of your balance, it will never remain the same. It will keep growing while you still live on it. So how can you live comfortably on this small amount? First, let me use myself for an example. We have to look into what we do. It is from what we do that we're able to know if you can get this sum of amount, if you can comfortably live on it in a month. Here where I am currently, I'm in Ghana, and the house that I stay in is 2,000 Ghana cedis a month, which is 24,000 a year. So let me just document it so we do not miss it. Let me do it monthly. In a month, 2,000 a month, and for electricity is roughly 500 a month because of the 50% discount that we get from the government due to COVID-19. Before it used to be much more, but now because they give everybody 50% discount, so it's a bit less now. For water I spend 250 a month, both drinking water and normal washing water. Then internet I spend 400 a month. Then food. This food is relative because I have my family with me here, and whatever food we eat, we all eat together. It's not myself alone. So the budget or the cost of living for me will be different to somebody who is single, or somebody who is just living with maybe himself and his girlfriend, you know. I'm with my wife and my child. So, but the cost of food a month is roughly 1,000. But then it's relative because when you buy in bulk, it can go maybe 2 or 3 months for the major things, while some little things you spend monthly. But let's just assume the monthly is this amount. Then what else? Gas. Gas is expensive now, so gas is roughly 100 for 14 kg. Then fuel for car. I have a V8 and it guzzles fuel, so I do not go out every time. So to fill my tank is like 470 Ghana cedis to fill up, and I can use that if I, with the rate at which I go out, I don't go out much, so maybe 900 in a month. That's 2 full tank. Then what else? We have rent, electricity, water, internet, food, gas. Okay, maybe some groceries. Some little grocery like juice, honey, and some things. Maybe, let's say maybe 400. 400. Okay, let's say 400 in a month. So with this, then some little miscellaneous that you do not, or some unforeseen things. Let's just keep that, maybe healthcare and things like that. Let's just say that to be 1,000. And the total of this will be, let's do some quick calculation. So 2,000 plus 500 plus 250 plus 400 plus 1,000, 100, 900, 400, then another 1,000. Okay, that's 6,550. Right. So this is for me, right? And this is because I live in Ghana, because Ghana is an expensive country compared to Nigeria. This rent I pay 2,000 a month, the same kind of environment, the same kind of building. If we try to be in Nigeria, maybe I will get it for maybe 1,000. This 2,000 is like 170,000 naira a month. And in Nigeria, I don't think I'll be able to pay up to that, except I live in a very expensive area in Nigeria. So, but that apart, so this is my expenses for the month, right? How much is this in dollar? Let's see how much this is in dollar. Okay, that's roughly $1,130 a month. So if I have this balance of 3,000, and my expenses in a month is let me just say $1,200. So how can I do it? This is almost around 50% of 3,000. Then I will take 1,200. That is my expenses in a month. I want to divide it by 30, which is roughly 30 days in a month. That means my daily expenses. Is $40, right? So if $40 my daily expenses, as a trader, it is not every day that we do get set up. There are some days you come online and you do not see your setup, and there are some days you come online and you see a lot of setups. That means in the 30 days, you might only take trade maybe out of 30, maybe 20 days. So this is what I will do. I will say the 1,200, which is my monthly expenses, divided by 20 days. That means $60 a day, a trade per trading day. That means I want to be able to make at least $60 on a trading day. Any day I trade, I want to make minimum of $60. And is this possible with a $3,000 account? Of course it's possible. There are some people, like I said, there are some people live on $100 a day. Some people live on $50 a day. Some people live on $1,000 a day. It depends on your expenses. It depends on what you do. If you are able to give your girlfriend or side chick 20,000 naira dash, you should be able to risk that same 20,000 on a trade that can earn you as much as 60 to 100,000. Our problem is that we fear a lot, and fear limits what we can do. It limits us from achieving a lot in this trading game because it's a game. So now, if my expectation is $60 a day, what is the percentage of $60 from the 3,000 balance that I have? $60 a day divided by 3,000. That means just 2%, right? I need to make 2% of my capital a day. Is that possible or it's not possible? Of course it's possible. I can do that. So how can we do that? How can we see that I make $60 on a trading day, and if I trade $20 a day, then I should be able to make 1,200 a month? Now, this is where risk management comes into play. If you haven't watched my risk management lesson, I strongly advise that you do for better understanding. So some people, like I do, it's better to risk an amount of this, your balance. And when I say risk, I'm not saying just the position size. Position size is different. But the amount you risk in case you lose a trade, that is the amount you end up losing. Now, my target per day is $60, right? How much can I risk on this trade to earn $60 per day? Let's do the math with another calculator I made before. So here our balance will be 3,000 and daily target is 2%, right? As you can see, the $60 is here. But ignore this. I have two methods of calculation here. We are not using the first one. We are using the risk reward settings. Now, our risk reward, the minimum risk reward you should go for is 1 to 3. That means if you lose one, when you win 3 of that amount you have lost. So, our daily risk will be $20 a day. What this means is on a 1 to 3 ratio, we risk 20, like $20, right? And when we win the trade, that will be 20 times 3. That will give us 60. That is on one trade. But here, I have listed number of trades to be 3. That means you want to take at least 3 trades in that particular day. But in a situation where you only see a very good setup, just one. Then here can be just one setup. You see, then you risk $20 per trade, and that is the amount you are risking on the full day. Now, if you check $20 on your account balance, what percentage will that be? That is just 0.67% of your balance. You can decide to risk 1%, you can decide to risk 2% of your balance. So if, assuming you want to risk 1% of your balance, that would be how much will you be risking? That means you are risking $30. So if you lose on that trade, you lose $30. If you win on a 1-to-3 risk reward ratio, then you win $90, right? But let's keep it simple. What we want to make in a day is 60. So what we'll be risking now is 20. Just one trade per day. Number of trades per day, that is 1. Then the total risk for that trade is 20. So if you lose 20. If you win 60. And you should be done for the day. But if you do not want to take one single trade, if you are not so sure if the trade will work out or not, you can increase the number of trades you take, either 2. You see, your daily risk is still the same. You are risking just 20 for the day, and taking 2 trades, that means you are risking just $10 per trade. $10 on trade A, $10 on trade B, and the accumulative total of risk you take in that day is 20. If you win both trades on this particular trade A, where you risk $10, if you win on 1-to-3 risk reward, you win $30. So both trades, if you win on both trades, you win $60. But then you may want to increase the amount you make in a day. Maybe you want to sum it up to 100 because of miscellaneous. You might want to go out with your friends, have a beer, or give some money to your girlfriend or side chick. So let's assume you want to increase the amount you make in a day from 100 to, from 60 to 100. So what percentage of this will it be from your balance? And your 100 will be divided by 3,000, right? That means you want to make 3.33% profit on a day. Yeah, we change it to 3.33. Exactly. So 99.9 is equivalent to 100, right? So your risk reward, you are going for 3-to-1 or 1-to-3. Then the amount you are risking for the day is $33.3. If you lose on that trade, you lose $33.3. If you win on a single trade, you win 99.9, which is $100 for the day. Then if you are taking just 2 trades, you divide this amount into 2. If you are taking three trades, sorry for that, then that means you are risking just $11 on a single trade, as it is here. So what you want to do is you want to take at least maybe 3 trades, because I do not know the system we should trade with, but this solely relies on the system you trade with. There are some systems that do 50% win ratio. There are some systems that do 70% win ratio. And there are some systems that do just 30% win ratios or win rates. So I do not know the system that you trade here, but if your system is 50-50, like if you take 2 trades, you are most likely to win 1 and lose 1. That means if you are risking $33 for the day, because your system is 50-50, you are not sure if you are going to lose this one or win it. So you want to take at least 2 trades. So once you are taking the 2 trades, that means you are risking 16.65 on a single trade. If you win 16.65 on a trade on minimum of 3-to-1 reward to risk ratio, that means you are profiting 16.65 times 3. You are profiting $50. You are profiting $50 on a trade. But if you lose 16.65. So let's assume that you take the first one on the 50% ratio. You take the first trade, you lose. And how much do you lose? You lose 16.65, right? Then you take the second one and you win. The second trade you win. You win $50, right? So when you calculate your $50 win minus this, let me just say $17 loss. That means in the day you still win $33 as it is here. You still win $33 just because your system is 50-50. But if you have a 70% win rate on your trading system, your strategy, I mean, by when I say trading system, I mean your trading strategy. If you have a 70% win rate, then you can just take a trade because there is higher probability that you are going to win the trade, right? So when you take a trade, a single trade, you can risk the full $33 and you make the $100 profit. But if you take 3 trades, this is why I prefer at least 3 trades per day. If you take three trades with a 70% win rate on your system, if you lose one, because you are taking 3 trades, that means you are risking 11.1 per trade, right? If you take the first one and you lose, that means you lose $11.1. Then if you take the second one and win, that means you are winning $33.3, right? And if you take the third one and win another $33.3, when you add this 33.3 together, it gives you 66.6, right? Which is still good. So 66.6 minus $11 that you have lost. 66.6 minus the 11.1 that you lost, that's $55. Then you still make $55 in a day. Total, you make total of $55 in a day. Are you getting it? But if your win ratio on your system is just 30%, then you have to win the whole 3 to be able to be profitable. Because if you are trading, this means out of 3 trades you are winning just 1. And if you lose $22.2 and you win $33.3 on one trade, here, let's say first trade is a loss, so you lost $11.1. Then second trade, another loss, $11.1 loss. Then third trade, you win $33.3 win. How much should be the total? You have lost 11.1 twice, that's 22.2, and you have won 33.3, right? That means your profit for the day is just $11.1, which is very bad. So for you to be able to achieve this, is either you increase the amount you are risking from 2% or 3% of your capital, which means you are risking more than $20 or more than $30. You can decide to risk $50. So if you lose, you lose $50. If you win on a 1 to 3 risk reward, then if you risk $50, when you win $150. I hope you are getting it. So if you risk this amount and you lose on the first trade, the next trade you recover it and you have $100 balance on just a single trade. But if you split this risk into 3 trades, then total amount you still make will be 150 and total loss for the day will be 50. But then you can still decide that, okay, per trade you want to risk 50. That means if you take 3 trades and win, that means you are winning 450 for the day, and your risk for the day will be 150. So you want a system with at least 50% win ratio. Your strategy, the strategy you should use, at least you should be able to at least a minimum, but 30% risk, 30% win ratio is still okay, provided you still make something by the day. But your losses will be a lot. You'll be losing a lot of trades, which is not good. And this is why we say it is good for you to have filters. You should filter trades out. You should filter out bad trades, so you don't take just any trades you see. That okay, you see, assuming you see your setup on a trade, you should be asking, why should I not take this trade? Rather than, okay, why should I take this trade? I want to take this trade because my setup is on it. But you should ask yourself, why should I not take this trade? So when you see your setup, you are looking for reasons for you not to take it. Once there is no reason pointing, once there is no reason saying otherwise, then you should go ahead and take the trade. You should risk what you want to risk, close your eyes and wait for it to run to profit, while using your stop loss in place as well. If you can afford to dash somebody money, why can't you afford to take the risk for a probable win? So definitely, everybody do not live on $1,200 a month. Many people live on less than $500 a month, while many people live above $1,200 a month. So for example, I personally, if I'm having this amount to trade with on my account balance, I may use a risk of $100 per trade. So when I win on a 3-to-1 risk ratio with $100, I'm winning $300, which means I'll be making more than I need in a month at the end of the month. And when I do that, I'm secure. So why can't I live on a $3,000 account balance? There is no reason I can't do that. But then I have to be disciplined. I have to filter out trades and take only the best trades. I do not just have to take a trade because I want to take the trade. I have to see that it meets my setup and there is no reason for me not to take it. And once I take it, I want to follow it up. I hope you understand this course and I hope I'm making sense. I may be wrong on some things, but it's just the way it is. There are some people who travel, who are on the road always, traveling from one country to the other with just $3,000. They make $100 a day. They live in a hotel. They pay maybe hotel $40. They eat outside, but everything they do, they have planned it out. They know $100 will take them in a day, so they at least try to make $100 in a day. Transportation, feeding, accommodation, every other thing they need is all included in the $100. So just try as much as you can to discipline yourself and focus. Do not have a 3,000 account balance and where you have a target to make $60 in a day. There may be some days you will make more than $60 definitely, and some days you will lose. So the days you make more will augment the days you have lost. But do not, because you have a target of $60 or $100 for the day, then you end up making $200 for the day, and then you throw a party because of that. No, don't do that. Don't do that, because doing that means you are increasing your expenses. And once you increase your expenses, you have to increase the amount you risk per trade. If you do not want to increase the amount you risk per trade, then increase your balance, so it will be relative to your balance. If you are risking 1% of your balance per trade, if assuming you have 10,000 account balance and you are risking 2%, which is $60, right? I mean, your profit target is $60. Yeah, you can risk 2% as well. But if you have a $10,000 account, you know you are making way more than this in a day. You can be making $1,000 even in a day. depending on your risk. But do not, because of that, when you have a small amount like this, and give yourself unnecessary expenses. So it is very, very possible to live on $3,000 capital while trading, but trade consistently. Make sure the system you use is not the 30% win rate system, not even the 50% win rate. Want something above 50%. And how can you achieve that? By setting yourself some set of rules. Make yourself some set of rules. Have rules that you filter out trades. Don't just take trades because you see something looking nice on it. Take trades because you see it's perfectly match what you want, and there is no reason for you not to take the trade. Everything boils down to planning. Once you plan yourself very well, I'm telling you, there will be no stopping you. And in a month, you can even raise your capital from 3,000 to 6,000. It's possible. It's doable. It's achievable. But you have to need a lot of self-discipline. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And our next video will be something about smart money and institutional traders relating to market structure. So this is just a shipping to a sort of advice, and so we do not let fear hold us back. Fear can hold us back and not let us achieve what we can achieve. I hope you enjoyed this video. Our next video will be coming up very soon. So see you next time. Thank you.